All right, stand by. My live bug. Okay, good Wednesday morning. Thank you for being with us once again on the KGNS Digital News Desk mid-morning, right in between the morning show, Telemundo Casa, and the noon show still on the way. So we're checking in with you here digitally on the KGNS app, on the website at kgns.tv. We're also broadcasting live to our YouTube channel, wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm going to welcome to the program Yolanda Villarreal. Hi, Yolanda. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm doing great, and happy Valentine's Day. I don't know if I was a little bit loud for you, even
No,
right
you're
there.
good. You're good,
Okay,
Yolanda.
so as you mentioned, many of viewers right now we have from YouTube, we have from our website, and also through our social media platforms, probably Facebook as well, that you're watching. And I know there's going to be many events going on starting tomorrow, the Youth Parade. But before I get to those events, let's just take a look at what's going on in our radar right now. Many of you are like, hey, it is cloudy. Is it going to be raining for today? So let me tell you, so we do have those rain chances, but it's going to be very light drizzle, if any. So there we do see Laredo, Corpus Christi, Brownsville, all the way into Del Rio, Austin, and even San Antonio, those cloudy skies. Our temperatures right now ranging in our viewing area in the 50s, from Laredo all the way down into Falcon Lake, even Hebbronville in the 60s. And these are our winds. They're coming in from the southeast, so they're blowing in that moisture. And right now, those winds are up to 13 miles per hour for us, and for the rest, up to 9. So for today, if you do have plans later on in the evening, our temperatures are expected to increase. We're going to get to see some of that sun, but not that strong. It will be mostly cloudy to partly sunny. And then for tonight, it will be mostly cloudy. And also, there's that possibility of some patchy fog building up as well, continuing into tomorrow, Thursday, in your early commute, so keep that in mind. But then we do see, this is our future forecast. Look for tomorrow, Thursday, the Youth Parade. It's going to be going on around, so tomorrow, let me talk before I get ahead of myself. So tomorrow on Thursday, around 11 a.m. in the morning, we're going to start with those rain chances. They're going to be at a 30%. As we head into the evening hours, it's when we're going to see those rain chances increase in the evening into an 80%, and they're expected to continue all the way into Saturday. So for Friday as well, these rain chances will continue, and it's expected that this rainfall totals could be from 1 to 3 inches. So for the rest of this week, if you're wondering, this is where I'm telling you for today, we do have that light chance of light drizzle. Then Thursday, Friday, 80% in the 70s to 60s. Then for Saturday in the morning, if you're going to be out there in the WBCA parade, wear your jackets. Don't forget to take your umbrellas with you, because those rain chances are expected to continue. And Saturday, it is going to be breezy with our winds blowing from the north.
Yolanda, thank you very much. So if you're headed to any of those events, make sure you bring the umbrella along. The good thing you mentioned, and we talked about earlier in the week, Yolanda, no thunderstorms, mostly just rain.
Yeah, so far it's just looking like shower.
All right. Yolanda, how are you going to spend your Valentine's Day?
How am I going to spend my Valentine's Day? Working.
Yeah, there you go. That's
I'm going
exactly
to be working.
Right. Okay. Thanks a lot, Yolanda. We'll see you
in the
at
noon.
The noon show. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to take a look at traffic, and then we'll take a break. There was an incident earlier that caused the closure of one of the exits on I-35. That would be the carriers and frontage, which would be the I-12, the 12B exit, and I'm trying to find out if that has been cleaned up. And so I'm waiting to hear back from PD. I've got a little bit of video from what happened out there, but this right now is I-35 at mile marker 9. Don't have a camera. There is a camera at I-35 at carriers, but it's not popping up. So this is about as close as I could get. Of course, you see all of that truck traffic making its way out of the Gateway City on this Wednesday, Valentine's Day. So be careful out there, whatever you're doing today. If you're going to celebrate Valentine's Day later on, please be careful. Again, this is the truck traffic headed out of the Gateway City. And when we come back, I will have that video for you of what happened at the 12B exit. I'm going to take a break, and then we'll come back with that. Just a reminder, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm just going to stay on camera and mute my mic. If you're on the website, you should be getting a commercial. So we'll be right back after this. Stay with me. Okay, welcome back to the KGNS Digital News Desk. Okay, so this is the incident I was talking about earlier. If I can get to the video. Okay, so that is exit 12B off of I-35. It was an 18-wheeler, and the trailer became unhitched, and so there was a spill, and there was a cleanup, and I just found out from the Laredo Police Department that has been cleared up. So they did have to close that exit while they were cleaning that up, but that was about 3 hours ago that that incident began, and it has now been cleared. So you're good to go if you need to exit on 12B off I-35. Okay, let's get into some other news this morning. So it's been over a week since Laredo police arrested a 17-year-old Alexander High School student whose alleged actions caused an uproar among parents, students, and even local law enforcement. That after a reported social media video led to a school lockdown and created a high mobilization among local, county, and state law enforcement. On that day, all safety drills were put into place. Fast forward to last night, a board workshop was held to review if those drills proved successful and what needs to be improved upon, including communication with parents. Our Christian Del Rio was at the meeting, and he has the details.
It was an event that many parents, students, and United ISD school staff will likely never forget. On February 2nd, Alexander High School was placed on a lockdown after pictures of a suspect holding a gun inside a car outside of campus circulated on social media. While the investigation continues, on Tuesday, parents, teachers, and school staff discussed the situation at a workshop.
Very, very touching, to see all the commotion and everything. So I just went to my car and I started praying the rosary.
4 out of the 7 UISD board trustees were debriefed on what happened that day. They went over the policies and procedures the high school has, student safety, services provided to the students, and even employee compensation following the incident. However, there are more questions being asked by parents and community members who claim there was a lack of communication among other issues. UISD board member Javier Montemayor tells us how parents were notified.
We have to go back and review what actually happened. A lot of times, a lot of the information was being received through social media. But look, the response time was a matter of seconds. The training and the protocols that we had in place were activated. There was never a gunman in the building.
Montemayor also told us how law enforcement took action on February 2nd.
Our officers were on campus. We had officers there at the high school. They were the first ones to secure the location. We had Laredo Police Department responding. We had FBI responding. We had Sheriff's Office and constables all responding. It's a community response. The law enforcement community responded as a whole.
And finally, he debunked rumors about 2 students who were allegedly led out of campus while the school was still on lockdown.
The social media rumors were identifying particular students who he was trying to correct as more of a hero because they assisted in barricading the doors. They assisted in helping the teacher, secure the classroom.
Well, KGNS also spoke with Associate Superintendent Mike Garza, who told us the reason why they did not want to relocate Alexander students to the Sames Auto Arena, which is the district's designated safe area, was because there was no active shooter inside the school grounds. The district says they'll tighten up security on their campuses so that the situation never happens again. Other topics that they discussed in the meeting last night included some budget amendments, construction progress on school projects, and some legal services as well. While the Webb County Sheriff's Office is confirming an off-duty deputy was one of several individuals involved in a multiple vehicle crash Monday morning. In a statement, officials with the Sheriff's Office confirmed Pedro Lozano was traveling in a gray Corvette when he hit a truck that had been involved in a separate accident. According to the Sheriff's Office, 2 Samaritans rendering aid to the other passengers in the other vehicle were also injured. Lozano's passenger, Cassandra Lozano, died as a result of her injuries. Sheriff Cuellar shared his deepest condolences to the family of the deceased and mentioned that the Laredo Police Department is handling the investigation. And a former Webb County Sheriff jailer will face a federal judge today for allegedly sexually assaulting 2 women while they were inmates at the jail. 28-year-old Hector Humberto Rodriguez Jr. is accused of committing the crimes back in 2022. According to court documents, he allegedly deprived 2 women of their civil rights. Webb County Sheriff Martin Cuellar assures the public that this was an isolated case and states that the jail is a secure and safe place.
One of the things that we've done when we came in, is install over 100 cameras, in the jail. We've done everything possible to avoid things like that happening, right? But there was a blind spot that I remember, on this investigation. There was a blind spot where, he committed this act, or supposedly he committed this act. But, we're able to put more cameras to be able to cover those areas that are blind spots.
Well, if convicted, Rodriguez could face life in prison. Again, his hearing started about 15 minutes ago at the federal court. Well, the man that the police were looking for involved in that incident downtown has been arrested. Laredo police say 25-year-old Matthew Violeta has turned himself in. He's been served with a warrant charging him with aggravated assault for a situation that reportedly broke out at the 1900 block of Victoria Street this past Sunday. Again, police were called out to the neighborhood after receiving initial reports of a man firing a weapon, then retreating back inside his home. Police secured the perimeter and the SWAT team was called in but didn't find the suspect. After investigating, they found there was no actual gunfire. Instead, Violeta is said to have broken the passenger side window of the car the victim was sitting in. That person sustaining injuries from the pellet of a BB gun as well as the broken glass. The suspect is said to have left the home before police arrived. Again, Violeta is charged with aggravated assault and has been arrested. Actually turned himself in. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back after this. We'll start wrapping up for the morning here on the KGNS Digital News Desk. Stay with me. All right, welcome back to the KGNS Digital News Desk.
Yes. Hi, I'm Mindy Gasso with KGNS, and I have a whole bunch of people here to tell you that you are February's Teacher of the Month. Congratulations!
Oh, thank you. Yay. Yes,
While a teacher's constant encouragement of her students wins her February's Teacher of the Month award, nominated by a parent, Cynthia Jimenez, first grade teacher at UISD's Ruiz Elementary, has been teaching for 15 years. During this time, Ms. Jimenez has mastered how to motivate students through book clubs and rewards to encourage reading. Her nomination cites how much she motivates her students to excel so that her students develop a love for reading. The KGNS Teacher of the Month program is sponsored by the Joey Theus Law Firm. Each winning teacher receives a $250 gift card, a basket of goodies, a mug, and a t-shirt. If you know of a deserving teacher, go to our website to fill out and submit a nomination. Let's hear from the winner.
Very rewarding to see them as all the progress they make and how they come in not knowing how to read, not knowing how to write. They're very little, and by the end of the year, like, you see all the progress, and that's very rewarding, and it's very motivational for me.
All right, very cute, and congratulations. I need to take another break. I've got some videos missing here, but I'll be back in just a little bit so we can get things in order here. So I can get things in order here. Okay, well, from buying flowers to teddy bears and chocolates, lovebirds and friends are ready to celebrate Valentine's Day, and that includes the kids at school. But parents were warned today before they started planning. School districts are reminding them what they can and cannot be taken into the schools, or what cannot be taken into the schools. Laseli Garza had a story for us on those rules and what parents needed to know.
From colorful bouquets to red roses to different colors of teddy bears, this is one of the busiest times of the year for flower shops in the Gateway City. Carmin's Flower and Gift Shop is no exception. They have been hard at work preparing all of their orders for the most romantic time of the year.
All excited about Valentine's.
Hector Garcia is the owner and has been working around the clock to make sure everything is ready for February 14th. Among most bought items include
Roses with chocolate candies. I think that's very popular. The bear, the candy, and the chocolate heart.
Garcia says they have been open for over 50 years now and have been seeing similar trends in gifts that are being purchased.
Combination of the older generation and the younger generation. I think the younger generation ordered the bears and the candy. The older generation is ordering more the dozen roses, 2 dozen roses. So that's the trend that we're seeing.
But if you're thinking about sending a Valentine's to someone at a school district, both Laredo ISD and United ISD are making it clear that students and faculty can and cannot receive things. For starters, United ISD is telling their students and faculty they are not accepting any deliveries. Meanwhile, Laredo ISD will allow deliveries to their campuses for their students and faculty. But there are some rules like no singing telegrams, deliveries must be done during the hours of 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., and gifts must be a reasonable size. Gifts to students can be delivered, but during the afternoon hours. And all food items must be store-bought and not homemade. All Valentine's Day items must be taken home at the end of the day. For KGNS News, I'm Laseli Garza.
Well, for the complete list of items not allowed over at the school districts, if you still want to deliver something, you can go to our website at kgns.tv and see if that's even allowable, to be honest with you. All right, this Saturday, the traveling public is being advised to plan ahead and avoid Bridge 2 for a few hours. It's going to be closed off from 5 to 9 in the morning on Saturday for the annual International Bridge Ceremony. During that time, officials will set up the stage and the Abrazo children will share a hug in a binational ceremony honoring the two countries. For those needing to cross from one country to the other, CBP officials say there will be other options available.
So we advise the traveling public, if you're making plans to cross the bridge, to plan appropriately. You can use other crossings. We have the Columbus Solidarity Bridge available starting at 6 o'clock in the morning that morning as an alternative route. Also, those that have the Century program, they can utilize the Gateway to the Americas Bridge as an alternate route.
Well, Bridge 2 will reopen as soon as that ceremony is finished. And with the Washington's birthday celebration now in full swing, the 126 festivities continue into a big weekend ahead. WBCA is one of the largest celebrations in South Texas, spanning over 2 months. There are now more than 30 events that make up the celebration, with one of the newest events, the Red, White, and Barbecue competition, taking place next weekend. This weekend, we're just a few days away from the 2 parades. Well, tomorrow's the Youth Parade Under the Stars. The Jalapeno Festival is on the weekend, the bridge ceremony that we just talked about, and so many others. But with chances of rain in the forecast, organizers ask that you keep a close watch to the news or to their social media pages for any changes.
It's stay up to minute to the news, look at the weather reports, see our social media, WBCA Laredo. We want to be everybody to be safe. Every year, that's the only thing that we can control is the weather. So we hope and pray for the best. But I would suggest everybody to come prepared.
All right, again, for a complete list of everything at WBCA, you can go to our website at kgns.tv. And as I just mentioned, the IBC Youth Parade Under the Stars, that's tomorrow. So with that in mind, if you have any business to attend to downtown or along San Bernardo, keep in mind that many of the streets, offices, and businesses are going to close at 4 in the afternoon to set up for the parade. Some of these include City Hall, the Bruni Branch Library, Planning and Zoning Department, Building Services Department, Traffic Parking Division, Community Development, Convention and Visitors Bureau, and the city's Telecommunications Center. All of the services are going to resume resume on Friday. And just a reminder that, there we go. If you can't make it to the parade on Saturday morning, the Anheuser-Busch Washington's birthday parade, if you can't go in person, we got you covered. KGNS Plus is going to be there live to bring you all of the sights and sounds, just as we've done for years. You can catch our programming right here on KGNS this Saturday. Our coverage is going to start at 9 o'clock in the morning, and you can also catch it streaming on KGNS.TV. Myself and Mindy Caso will be out there bringing you the parade live. And before we go, one story. This is something that happened overnight in Austin. A car slammed into an emergency room, killing the driver and injuring 5 others. Police are still investigating, but say it appears this was an accident, not intentional. Morgan Chesky is reporting from outside St. David's North Austin Medical Center, where it all happened.
Flames and smoke billowing through the halls of a Texas hospital after a car crashed into the emergency room at St. David's North Austin Medical Center.
We're going to be out checking for patients and injuries right now.
Police say the driver died at the scene and 5 others were injured, including 2 children.
I got a white Acura that drove through the entrance to the civilian side of the emergency room.
In the aftermath of the crash, the Austin PD initially writing on X that this incident does not appear to be an intentional act, but their investigation remains ongoing.
The Austin Police Department has vehicular homicide detectives on the scene, and they are investigating the cause.
Hospital officials say patients who were already inside the ER when the crash happened were sent to other facilities for care, and that no other departments at the facility were impacted.
It felt like I was watching a movie.
Stephen Hughes says he met his wife Michelle inside the ER before she was admitted to the hospital for a surgical procedure. Just a short time later, Hughes says he heard loud noises and went out into the lobby. He recorded this video to show his wife what he witnessed.
Down there, I'm thinking that maybe there was an explosion of some kind. I see a car embedded into the ER lobby area. So the tires were spinning, causing tire smoke, and it started to fill up the area pretty quickly.
Hughes tells us the hospital staff sprang into action and began administering first aid.
It was amazing how quickly they responded. I would say they were there within a minute or 2 after the crash.
All right, that's going to do it for now. In 30 minutes, Telemundo en tu Casa is on the air. I will see you on KGNS News at noon. And then we'll see you once again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for KGNS News Today. And again, the digital news desk here at 10, and then the noon show, and then so forth and so on. Enjoy the rest of your Valentine's Day, and have a blessed Ash Wednesday for those of you who are, what's the right word? Commemorating? It's not commemorating. If you are, can't think of the word, you don't really celebrate Ash Wednesday, you are marking Ash Wednesday, you are, I know the word, I used it earlier, just can't think of it now. Oh well, have a blessed Ash Wednesday and have a blessed rest of your day. I'll see you mañana.